Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Two Girls, One Doc.
One Doc.
It's your girl, BD.
It's your girl, Foreign's the fiance.
And we are back. We're back.
Berserk.
And I just want to start this episode by saying the obvious, because I just know that people are going to want to say what they want to say. But basically, not all men, okay? And also, not even all incels, okay? But today, we are discussing the worst of the worst. Yeah. And so I feel like save all
just
your but I'm not like that. Like if you're not like that, that's fine. But other men are like that, and that's what we're talking about right now.
And
right?
just take it. Literally, just take it. Just take whatever we're saying.
Talk to your boys or shut up. Exactly. Before we get started, because I feel like this would be a great episode to need a drink. Obviously, I'm doing dry Jan. Are you drinking anything today?
Water.
Great. I'm drinking Levi Roots Caribbean Crush. Joy.
Okay.
Yeah. I can expense my stuff, so I got Caribbean food today, and I got some thing.
What food did you get?
I got curry goat, rice and peas, coleslaw, and my drink. Yeah, that was that.
You really went all out. Do you know what I had recently that I was like, why have I not been eating this? Festival.
Oh, I don't think I've ever had Festival.
It's so good.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had Festival.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Anyway, Caribbean food slaps, so.
Oh, my mouth is watering. Yeah.
That is that. Right, okay, so... what documentary are we doing today? We are doing Inside the World of Incels. This documentary can be found on BBC iPlayer. It's actually like... I want to say it was a good documentary because I feel like it made me feel the way I was supposed to feel.
Yeah.
Like, this is the second time that I've watched it, and I was just as infuriated as the first time that I watched it.
Yep.
And but anyway, let's just begin, guys. Hold on tight. Make sure your seatbelts are buckled on and come for this ride, because it's about to be a mad thing. It's about to be bumpy. So it opens up in California. It's the 23rd of May, 2014. And we see this like homemade video of 22-year-old Elliot Rodger, who's telling us that he's a virgin and hasn't kissed a girl. So he's lamenting about how, just audio description, Foren's eye rolling. How long was that into the thing? Yeah, cool. It's like take a shot every time you eye roll.
To the gods.
To the high heavens. He's lamenting about how he hasn't enjoyed life because he's been cast out. And he says...
I wish this was visual so you guys could just see my face, because I feel like...
But all you need to imagine is eye rolls. Just eye rolls on eye rolls. And you're halfway there. You'll get it.
Yeah.
So he says...
Those beautiful blonde girls should be walking with me. Not those brutes. I deserve them more.
And so my first thought, well, one of them was, what makes you deserve someone more... Anyway, but what makes you deserve someone more than someone else, right?
Yep.
And also, you've highlighted beautiful blonde girls, right? Mm-hmm. And like sometimes in life, you're just not your type's type. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And also, sometimes you're just a shit person. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's why you're not your type's type. Like maybe it's because do you know what I mean?
This is one time I was happy for racism. I was like, you know what? I am so happy you're not trying to be with black women.
Oh, no, I really felt the privilege during this documentary. I really felt the privilege. That was like about the time. I don't know if you were there, actually. We went out, No, you weren't there. We all went out, the group chat. And then we were in, like, east somewhere. I think we were, like, Shoreditch end, And everyone was, like, sitting outside on tables, and we were, like, having drinks. And then there was this, like, homeless guy, like, going to each table to ask for money. Obviously, everyone was white and we were the black ones. So he went to all the tables and he saw our table and then skipped past our table to ask, like, the next people for money. And I said, black. Literally, we were just, like, black privilege at his finest, boy. But,
Where was I? Why didn't I come?
I don't know where you were, but yeah, you went there. This was last year as well. I don't know where you were. But yeah, so he's going on and on, like just self-pity, no self-awareness. Like he's like women aren't sexually attracted to him, and it's a problem he needs to rectify. And so when he said, "Oh, it's a problem he needs to rectify," I was like, "Oh shit, okay, you're just gonna go gym." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna become sexually attractive.
Yeah.
Right?
I was gonna say what I thought, but it would be a bit given away. So I'll say it after yeah.
All right, okay, cool. Yes, I thought, all right, cool. I mean, obviously, because of the title documentary, you figured, obviously not. But in my head, like, I want to rectify this problem. Like, do you know what I mean? All you can do is work on yourself, right? Well, you'd think.
Well,
anyway,
exactly.
You would think. So Elliot says,
On the day of retribution, I am going to enter the hottest sorority house of UCSB, and I will slaughter every single spoiled, stuck-up, blonde slut I see inside there. I'll take great pleasure in slaughtering all of you.
and he does this like evil maniacal smile, and it's like, fam, it's actually okay. We get it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You know that meme where it's like, well, this escalated quickly.
yeah.
Literally,
yeah.
I was like, whoa.
He
Because,
literally-
before, when he was talking, I thought he was leaning more towards he was going to commit suicide. Which I was
Right,
like, oh, this is
okay,
really
okay.
sad. This guy feels this way.
I
You
never
know.
thought the suicide thing. I thought that like he's gonna do harm to others. Yeah, if
Yeah.
not go gym.
Then I was like, this escalated way too... How did we get here?
How did
Please
we
can
get
someone show me
here?
the roadmap? Please.
How did we get here? Nobody's supposed to be
Oh.
here. Like, honestly, like, we found out that Elliot tried. So his plan, he had his master plan. He tried to get into a sorority house, and he had like lots of ammunition on him. But he soon discovered that security was a lot stronger than security on Capitol Hill, because he couldn't actually get in. He couldn't gain entry. He couldn't get in. There was no coup.
This man really cannot do anything.
nothing.
And you know
can't
what?
get girls. Can't go gym. Can't shoot the
Fam.
sorority house. Can't do nada.
Nada.
And so because of this, I think at this point for Elliot, the frustration must really be building, because you've literally failed at everything that you've ever wanted to do, right? So he goes driving around and he starts shooting random people, and he kills this girl. We found out her name is Catherine Brianne Cooper. And it's really, really sad, because we hear her dad telling us the story, and then he says that they like to believe that, yeah, she was in the wrong place at the wrong time, but because he killed Catherine and because he couldn't get into the sorority house, like, that might have saved the lives of like all the women in the sorority house.
Yeah. That's such
which
a...
is-
Like, it's sad, but it's so big of them to feel that way.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Because I would not be thinking. I would be like, you better
No.
kill those 50 girls, not my child.
Yeah.
So we also find out that like during the time he killed Catherine and a few other people, he wasn't just trying to kill women. He was trying to kill guys who also get women. And he's trying to shoot them in the groin, which was like, okay, this is so extra.
This is literally, it's just like, what is
you're
the
doing the
roadmap?
absolute most. You're angry at the women because they don't like you. You're angry at the men that they like. Like, what? So at what point do we look inside and say, what can I do
am
to
the
be
problem.
better? Yeah, like, at what point do we become introspective? Because I'm trying to find the point. He never gets there because he kills himself. But yeah, wild.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. They never actually explicitly like say that he kills himself.
Do you know what I really liked about that was they really didn't make it about that whole
Yeah.
thing. They didn't make it about him.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
it easily could have gone into about him, and I never would have wanted to give him that time of day. It was
And I
really
feel like it
about
only-
the victims and...
Exactly. And the ideologies. I think the reason why they even spoke about him as much as they did is because of the copycats and because of the other people in the documentary who spoke about him.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, so remember last week in our documentary, we were at the University of Kent. Well, we're back. Back to the University of Kent, and we meet Dr. Caitlin Reiger.
I think that's how you say it. I thought I would Regaher or...
Regaher.
Regine?
Caitlin Regine. She is a digital culture expert who is looking at whether violence can go from being online to on the streets. Answer, yes.
Yes, literally. I was
Ellie
like, what
Rose
is it
literally
even that
proved
you're
that.
researching,
I was like,
sis?
fam, research done. Go on holiday, like. Yeah, because everyone loves, like, in the incel movement, he is, a
Their
whole hero.
messiah.
Well, to some of them, yeah, their messiah. Lord, forgive the blasphemy for these mandem. All right, so first thing we hear from the next incel is...
Maybe if Elliot Roger wasn't bullied by females, none of that would have happened. All that shit manifested. And if these females are not treating these guys with respect, they're gonna kill, It's just how it is, man. It's just life.
I don't know where to begin, right? But I'm going to start with the name of this man that we meet. And then we'll get into the use of the word females, because I feel like every now and again, the use of females comes up on the timeline, and then people act obtuse, like they don't understand what the problem is, and they don't really get it. And it's like, at your big age, like, if you don't understand the problem, then I don't really know if you. But let's get into his name, and then we can, if you need it, if at your big age you still don't understand what's wrong with using the term females.
So we have to tell them.
then we'll get into it for you, okay? And if you know that your mate doesn't understand, then maybe we should send him even just this portion so that he too can understand, because anyway, the guy's name is Catfish Man, one word. And he is wearing a snapback cap, and he has a face mask, right? So this is pre-COVID, so I don't want you to think that this is normal behavior, okay? So this is pre-COVID. He has on a face mask. It covers his ears as well. It covers his face except for his eyes, everything except for his eyes. But he has cut a hole in, like, I want to say on his nose, because it's not the nostrils. It's not, you can't see the nostrils. It's just like the top of his nose. So small hole top of his nose. And then he also has made another makeshift hole. We'll have to get a picture of this, because I don't know if I'm describing it well.
This guy is
Higgy,
just so
Higgy Hacker.
Higgy. This Bob. Even the way he walks, he looks
Everything.
like he smells like
everything. The hole that he cut in the mouth. It looks like, you know, when you do a snip and then you try and make it round.
And it's just like, what was the reason? I don't know.
What was the reason?
We literally can still hear you, like with the. So what?
So
he's probably one of those like what's it, anti-maskers, like I can't
he
breathe
probably, like, now he will not wear a mask. You're wearing a mask this whole time, but now that you have to wear a mask, you're not wearing a mask. Useless done. I'm just anyway, so that's just, this is an idea, this gives you an idea of the person that the kind of person that we're dealing with. Right, before we get into that, because he's going to say females over and over again, should we address the whole females versus women argument?
Yeah, I feel like if you watch this, I think this documentary is the perfect
It
example,
highlights why females are disrespectful.
The tonnage, if that's a word, or the tone
in which
they say female. It's never like, it's very derogatory. Like, it's almost like it's the next word to bitch.
It's like, do you know what it is? It's like you didn't want to say bitch. You couldn't say bitch with your chest, so you said female.
Yeah, females.
It's female describes a noun, right?
Yeah.
So it comes before a noun. So is it that you're talking about a dog? Is it that you're talking about a cat? Is it that you're talking about a friend, a co-worker? What are you talking about? Do you know what I mean? Because a female human is a woman. So that's what you would say,
just
woman.
say woman.
Lady,
literally.
girl, whichever one you decide you want to use, right? And it's just so telling, because men never say males. And it's not about, and the reason why I don't really like that argument is because we're not upset that you don't say males. You shouldn't start saying males, because it doesn't actually make sense to say males, nor does it make sense to say females, right? We just are showing you that the disrespect that comes with saying females, you do not have for men. You don't have that same disdain, which is why you do not say males.
Can we say also, like, just say, like, women are not ridiculous. If the word female is grammatically, like,
it's grammatically incorrect.
Literally, but there's some circumstances where, like, it's grammatically correct. Like, you can't say
it's grammatically correct if it precedes a noun.
Yeah,
so I can say female friend. I can't say females. All these females.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's grammatic, so if someone said, "Oh, my female friend," we're not gonna be, like, flipping attack you.
This
so
doesn't make sense.
Don't act obtuse like you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
You very much know. So stop it. But I think it's good that we had this discussion now, because you will hear this catfish man whole spiel
so many
and stuff.
times with his smelly mouth. I know his mouth smells.
Very useless. So catfish man's, even saying the name is like son. Anyway, catfish man's childish. His whole shtick is that he poses as a model. This is very childish. This is like, my son, come on, you're jobless.
It's very telling of the fact that the issue is with you.
Exactly, but he can't see it. He can't see it.
No. I've never seen someone that has such little self-awareness.
Self-awareness, none.
He said self-awareness who?
Self-awareness where? So he poses as a model, like this is like online, right? On, like, you know, dating apps and stuff. He catfishes, obviously catfish man. And so he confronts the women and he records them. And when they see that it's him, it's not a male model, right? So basically, trigger warning, dickhead behavior. So you set the scene, okay? In the video, you see this girl, they blur her, but obviously in his videos, like, you can see the girl.
Yeah.
So they blur her, but he approaches the girl and he's like, he's recording her. So, like, imagine you're using your phone to record someone. That's the view that we're getting, right?
Yeah.
So she's sitting, waiting, and he asks, "Oh, are you here to see the model?" And she immediately, like, deeps that, okay, cool, like, this is the catfish man. And so she walks away, right? That's one thing. he follows her. So now you're antagonizing her. So he follows her and verbally abuses her as he leaves. And that's basically his content. That's his content.
That's his content.
That's
That's
loads
his
and
bag.
loads of women.
Well, not his bag, but that's his whole...
Yeah, because the
like,
bag's empty, but that's his whole
yeah.
vibe. Yeah, that's
empty
his
bag, yeah.
That's his whole...
Do you also wonder if... Do you think he approaches them with a mask or without the mask?
Oh, I don't know, because we never see him. No,
Yeah,
I think
we
I don't know.
Because he wouldn't want them
I
to
don't know
know
if he
what
was. I don't know if he was with like just for the documentary, or if he would. Maybe he. I think he would. I honestly think that thing looks worn. I think he wears that about.
Oh, that's another... That mask looks very dirty.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
tired.
Clean. Yeah, it's not clean. Yeah. I think he. So he also tries to justify this whole thing. And it's like, oh, it's because I'm not good looking. That's why you don't want to be with me. And he thinks that he's punishing them because they're being shallow. And it's like, first of all, you lied about who you are. You didn't approach me as who you are. And then I was like, no, I don't want you. I'm sure that's happened to him in the past.
Is it by force?
Thank you. And that's basically it. Like, this whole thing, I think, can be boiled down to like entitlement, because it's like, I don't, just because you're a nice guy or just because you like me, that doesn't mean that I have to then like you.
Yeah.
Right? And also, you lied. Like, I'm sorry, this catfish situation, yeah, I'm expecting a model, even if it's not a model, even if I'm expecting a random guy, right, and you show up, you lied. So
Exactly.
even if you were the model, right, that showed up, you lied.
Yeah,
So
you
what
lied.
this whole relationship
Literally,
is what?
and the whole his whole thing is these women are only angry because he's
not the male
good
model.
looking. He literally cannot understand that it's
you got-
literally
yeah.
like because
And then also you have followed me around. And the thing is that initially they're not even mad, they're confused because they're looking like, oh, what the fuck? And they always leave. He's always chasing them in these videos.
yeah, with his trousers falling down.
And antagonizing them. It's like, you lied. Like, oh, okay. I feel like he just displays abusive behavior, predatory behavior, and also like delusions of grandeur, because he cannot understand for the life of him that he is in the wrong.
Yeah, no, literally, he's very scary to me though.
Yeah.
And what this whole documentary, to be honest, what it really made me think is that like, you don't even flipping know who you interact with on a daily basis. You could be sitting on the train, you could be at work thinking, oh, like you're in this little bubble of like, meanwhile your colleague has these views. The guy next to you on the train that gets off when you walk off the train has the exact same views. It's flipping scary out here to be a woman.
Yeah.
It's scary because this is the thing that when people talk about like, oh, women and like hating men and stuff like that, yeah, a lot of women are like, oh yeah, men are trash, but like, first of all, it's justified because of behaviors like this, and second of all, how many women are so radicalized that they're going to form these stupid little groups and then go around shooting men kind of thing?
I feel like so women hating men kind of stems from women fearing men, and I don't feel like men have that same. I remember having a conversation with a man and being like, oh, like as a woman, because when I moved, I remember one of my first thoughts was, okay, what's the walk like from the station to my new place? Because like, I want to know like what it's like. Do you know what I mean? You know, when you're in your own ends, you know the kind of people that are around, like you're kind of used to the sounds and stuff like that. And I was just thinking about that. And I remember saying to him like, oh, I don't like, when you walk down the street, like, do you ever worried about getting raped or killed? And he was like, oh no, obviously you just got to think about ops in that sometimes. And I'm like, okay, we too have to worry about getting robbed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's also a concern.
With a side of rape.
Exactly. And a sprinkle of GBH.
Whatever the hell else that person feels that
literally,
day.
And I was like, it's not to belittle. Everybody has their, experience, and especially as black men, like, they have their own traumas and they have their own issues and stuff with police and stuff. Like, that's all valid. I understand that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not taken away from that. But I feel like there is just this inherent fear that women have and live with because they are women that men don't have. Do you know what I mean? A man doesn't see a man on the other side of the road and think, oh, okay, cool. A man, do you know how many times I see like a white van and I'm like, why is this van driving mad slow?
I always start looking for that thing. You know, they say that if the white van doesn't
apparently
have
that's not true. Apparently that's not true, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I know. But I was gonna say, I would literally the other day I was walking and then like there was a white van parked up near where, and I always walk like on the side, like against the traffic so that I can see the cars coming towards me, right? But there was a car parked up like on the same side that I was walking. a van, sorry. And then as I got close to the van started moving, and I was like, "Is it me you're trying to kill right now? Like, why are you slowly starting
What
to
is
think
you doing?
so you can grab me and drive off?" Like, which obviously we do crime documentaries, so perhaps
so that
it's a
doesn't
little
help.
bit heightened. But I do think that as a woman, these are also thoughts that you have that men don't actually have. So me saying I hate men does not really affect you that much. And when I say I hate men asterisks, the ones that we're discussing. Do you know what I mean? So, you know,
Not
I just
every
think,
single walking man.
and I don't hate men because they're not attracted to me.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
I don't hate men
Who
because
does
he
that?
didn't like me.
Exactly.
What? You keep it pushing, sis.
Am I going to go kill Morris Chestnut because, he didn't wife me when I was single?
Exactly. And now that Michael
Morris,
B.
you
Jordan is
should've.
with Laurie, do I now kill him? No, I don't.
Do you like, is that your bag, Michael Jordan?
No, my bag is, well, you know my bag.
Yeah.
We've discussed my bag on previous episodes.
Yeah, so why are you bringing him up?
No, but I'm just saying because he is a desirable individual.
Is he?
That,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I think, he is.
Okay, that's
He's
that's
not my
what you
top.
into.
He's not my top 5, but he is. I'm into black
Do you know
and
who?
tall.
Do you know
and
who
athletic.
is like my like? Whew, do you know Bridgerton, the boxer guy?
Oh, the boxer, yeah, definitely. Do you know what about Bridgerton? Yeah, do you know what it is? I think he is better looking than the main guy, in my opinion. He's more my type than the main.
Yeah, he is.
But he just in the show, he just looks out of place. Like he doesn't look like he's from that
He
time.
makes sense there. Yeah,
He doesn't.
yeah,
He looks like they picked him from 2020 London and dropped
literally
him in
brought
the
him
show.
into the yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Even when he was trying to like talk and verily I say unto thee, it just didn't make any sense.
It didn't slap.
I didn't believe it.
Literally, even when there was the scene when they glowed up, so they were at the
with his
dancery,
wife,
and I was like, yeah, you and these were frilly, whatever. It's not
Do
confusing.
you know what I think it is? Because I was having this discussion with Nicole and she was like, I think it's the build. Like men weren't built like that back then.
Yeah,
they weren't hench like that. So it just doesn't make, and his beard, it just doesn't make sense for
It
him to
doesn't
be
make
there.
sense. But he was a nice.
Yeah, nice addition. Yeah, he didn't have enough
Yeah.
sins for me. I needed more of that.
Not
he was
enough.
great.
Where I needed
good-looking guy.
some frontal nude scenes as well. I could have
Oh,
done with
Lord.
that.
See how did you get here? See,
I can show you the road, literally, to help you get here.
follow the yellow brick road. Yeah, where were we even? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, I know where I was. Okay, so basically, yeah, he's trash. He says this thing, and he says it's not like I'm killing them. I'm just exposing them. And I feel like this is a very stupid thing to say.
Exposing them for what?
Well,
what?
it's stupid because of that, because you're exposing that they don't want to be lied to. Cool, right, got you. And also, like, this is how escalation works. Very rarely does somebody wake up one day out of the blue and kill 5 people.
Yeah.
Very rarely. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. But sometimes they might kill a cat. Do you know what I mean? Or they might push someone in front of a train. Or they might have these thoughts about different things.
Next thing, they're shooting up a school.
Next thing you know, people are shot. Exactly. And so him thinking that he's not bad because he's just exposing them, he thinks he's doing good onto the world.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, how can you help someone who's not even convinced that what they're doing is wrong? You can't.
But this is what I'm saying why it's really scary, because when he kept saying exposing them, I was just like, you're exposing them for the fact they went on a dating website and they were attracted to somebody that didn't look like you. Like, what? You didn't even
because
give them a chance to see you.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't even do, literally, like, if you had done, like, randomized control trial, if you had done group A, group B, if you had used your picture for some and used the other picture for the other,
exactly.
and maybe then you can see the percentage and you can see how successful you were, Because I believe, that is not many people on this earth are ugly. I don't believe many people are ugly. It's very, you tried if you're ugly in 2021. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I guess.
You tried.
But it's easier for men to be ugly, though, because they don't have... But I guess
it's
if you have
easier
money,
for men to be ugly, but okay, if you have money, but a trim will do you wonders. That's at least 2 points ahead. Okay, if you smell good, you're doing something right. You don't have to be all buff and gym and stuff. If your clothes fit well, then you're doing something right. You can present yourself in a good way. Add personality to that. You're clear. I'm telling you, it's not all about looks like that. And it's easy to say, but like this kind of guy, there is nothing going for you, and that's because of you.
Yeah,
that's because of you, brother.
On you.
It's crazy.
It's all on you.
So we talked about entitlement earlier. The producer asks him if he feels entitled to women. And he says, no, I don't feel entitled. But these types of women are ignoring you and rejecting you. Makes me feel I'm not good enough for the females. Makes me want to give up.
Female what? You are good enough for a female dog.
He's not even good enough for a female dog, bruv. He's not. And it's like, okay, well then maybe you're not good enough then. And so now what do we do? We work on ourselves. And if it's not okay, then you have to change it. You have to be better.
Or you just have to come to terms with the fact that you can be alone.
I'll be alone. Why are you disturbing us?
What do you mean? Is it by force? Not by force?
Oh God, it's so annoying. Like the whole feeling entitled. It's like, fam, you're entitled. Everything you've said is entitlement. Everything.
Literally, this is like, we were watching Dreamgirls once, and my granddad was there, and he wanted to leave, and we're like, no, just stay and watch it. So it got to the bit where Effie was like begging Curtis to stay, she was singing that song, and then like my grandpa, he was just looking at the TV.
Telling you.
He was just looking at the TV, and then suddenly he just stood up, and he was like, "Is it by force? Is it by force?" And he left.
He said, why are you holding me? Why are you holding me?
Why are you
here?
holding him? It's not by force. And literally, it is not by force.
It's not by force,
If they're
man.
not feeling you, just live your life.
And the thing is that like there's somebody like you said, yeah, you didn't go on this app as yours, and so maybe he did go on the app as himself before, and he had no success.
So.
And
he doesn't
so
have the cells to rub together to have done that.
This is how he started.
He's the kind of person that has a hypothesis, and then he does everything to reach that.
Yeah, that hypothesis.
Is that the hypothesis?
He's a flat earther.
Yeah, literally, he already has that conclusion. So literally, you have the conclusion that women don't like attractive men. So then he just created a study that led to that conclusion.
Basically,
he didn't have any variables.
He bought. There was no variables. There was nothing.
It was just vibes. Bad vibes.
There wasn't even bad vibes. It was just the baddest of vibes and the baddest of vibes. That's all it was, bruv.
This is all Trump's fault.
This is
because did you see there was a bit where they were going through clips of like different misogynistic men, and then we saw like a clip of Trump, and I was just like, yeah, this is all your fault when you were grabbing people's pussies. Like,
oh my God, I'm bragging about it. Okay, I just the evil that man has done is more than enough.
More than
enough. In terms of the whole feelings thing, I just think they have to be reciprocal, because if not, somebody's gonna get hurt. And so sometimes you be hurt and you just get over it. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Another point I wanted to make is that, so what's his name? Catfish Man. How could we forget? Mm-hmm. Catfish Man is basically saying how he why don't these women like him? Like he likes blonde women and blah de blah de blah. But clearly they don't, like him. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if this was a woman, they would be telling her, okay, well then just lower your standards. Like then go for a guy who's nice, or go for a guy who will take care of you, who will treat you. But this guy feels so entitled to blonde. And first of all, how is your type of blonde? Like I don't understand. So you're with someone, she's a blonde bombshell, you love her, she dyes her hair brunette, she's not buff anymore.
But can I just say, and this might be warped, but this just goes to show and
white supremacy.
I mean,
white supremacy.
Yes, Aryan race, Eurocentric beauty standards.
Yeah.
Because all of these men have the same type. They all feel entitled to this ultra beautiful blonde hair, blue-eyed woman or whatever kind of thing.
And the beauty is predicated on the blonde hair. The beauty is not about any features or anything. The beauty is literally blonde hair.
Blonde hair. And it's not like I'm saying I want them to be attracted to black women, because obviously these are not the kind of men I want hounding after black women.
No, and you don't have to be attracted to black women if you're not attracted to black women. That's your own.
Yeah, exactly. But it just goes to show just the way the whole world, this is seen as because we can't ignore the fact that their reasoning for seeing blonde-haired women as the pinnacle
standard,
of
the goal.
Is because of society. And I just found it funny that it translates even in this kind of thing,
because he's not white, he's like Latino. He looks Latino.
We can tell that much. So your mask ain't doing much. Your mask ain't masking.
Yeah, I know what he looks like. By the end of it, anyway, we'll get to his mask and the state of it. But
we don't know what he looks like, do we?
By the end of it, I know I could do.
I mean, I knew because I googled him, but yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
Actually, all these men.
I'm gonna check.
I can cross the flipping equator.
Yeah, America's not seen me for a while anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So next we meet an incel who is not a misogynist, and he tells us that you can be an incel without being a woman hater, which is refreshing.
I really liked him.
I loved him so much.
I just wanted to give him a hug. I just wanted to have sex with him just so he would have had experienced sex.
So he would know it.
Feeling for him.
A voluntary. Yeah, I did feel my thought was more.
Free coochie, get your free coochie.
Free coochie for the incels. No, my thought process was more, I really want to set him up with someone, but you know what I mean? If that someone is you, then cool. So
my fiance is going to be like, give me that ring back. No, but seriously, I was like, just come over. Let's just have friends,
friends with benefits.
Friends with benefits. Yeah, well, I guess friends with benefits, but as friends, let's just do it as friends.
Right.
Literally.
No, I for Matt, I feel his name is Matt. I don't know if I said that. So I feel like he would be a really good candidate for Queer Eye. I don't know if you ever watched the new one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because
I thought you meant as one of the presenters. I was like, he's not gay, but yeah.
No. Just as like a candidate.
A project,
if I could nominate him, I would.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he like such a beautiful soul, and I feel like he likes himself. He just doesn't like certain aspects of himself. And I think that he's confident in some things. I remember there's a bit, I don't know if we're there yet, but there's a bit where he says that, you know, he goes to bars and stuff, even by himself, just to put himself in social settings, because he knows that it kind of freaks him out.
And
he has
so
anxiety.
much self-awayness. I love it. That's attractive.
And he has a really
man.
good sense of humor, very like dry, sarcastic, and that's why he'd be a great candidate for this, because I think
he's not ugly
at all. That's no one's ugly, fam.
He looks very he reminds
Eastern
me of
European.
like no, I was thinking more like
Native American.
Yeah, he gives me those vibes, like very
similar vibes.
striking.
It's probably his hair. He has like sharp features. I feel like literally like if he had a makeover, not just a makeover, but like you know, with Queer Eye, like they do lots of like self-searching, and like they talk to them about what
they do your house, they do your clothes, everything.
Yeah, and I think he would be an amazing candidate for that. And then if he wanted to have sex, then he could. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, then he wouldn't need me.
He would have, well, you know, maybe you could be his first. But they would be like, I feel like he'd have like a nice little girlfriend, like, you know, the little mousy women, and then they'd just be cute. And you know that TikTok trend was like, tell me, how do you know your boyfriend's not going to cheat on you? Show me how. Yeah, it said she'd do one of him, and he would just be there talking about like, I don't know, airplanes or whatever, and it would be great.
That reminds me of that guy from the other documentary.
Yes.
Go and listen to that one, guys, on Malaysia Airlines.
Luxurious Airlines.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's great. This is a really stark contrast between this dickhead and this Matt guy, right? So he explains. Does he explain? Wow. He explains. Explanation for the nation. He explains the phrase incel to us.
Incel is a funny little word. It means involuntarily celibate, but the agreed upon definition is someone who is currently undergoing a period of celibacy that is at least 6 months long.
He also tells us what it is not, and it's not a misogynist, right? It doesn't necessarily mean they have anxiety. It doesn't necessarily mean they're mentally unwell. Something is wrong with you.
Yeah.
Right. So Matt tells us he hasn't had much success in dating, and he kind of feels like, what's the point in trying? And he tells us he read a Tinder study saying that like 80% of men aren't desirable to women, which is unsurprising. And he just kind of thinks, if he's not in the, that top 20%, then what's the point? Which is so sad, because it's like, fam, okay, but all those women on Tinder may not be your bag either. Like that may not be what you're into either.
Yeah, and you'll be somebody's 20%.
Exactly, and that's all that matters.
This is why I got a text on Twitter for this, but this is why I was saying that we, as women, we cannot date like Lori Harvey, because she is in this world where she only has access to her 20%. So when she's hopping from man to man, she's still hopping within her 20%.
Yeah, or her 20% is just a better 20% than everyone else's 20%. I said,
no, but like how many of us have access to our 20% regularly? You might meet one person that's in your 20%, so they're worth dating. But like on average, how many of your 20% do you meet? You don't, which is why you find yourself compromising and letting things go because you're.
I can't relate though. I ain't compromised.
Okay, we've all compromised in situations.
No, not in my current sitch.
No, I'm not talking about current, which is why you end up with someone within your 20%. But you can't say you've always dated your 20%. No, you look back and you're like, yikes. Yeah. Just throwing that tidbit out there.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah, I feel you. But yeah, for Matt, it's kind of sad because,
yeah,
I just want him to be happy. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I really want the best for Matt.
I really do.
I do. And I think I wish I could nominate him for Queer Eye, because I think he'd do really well.
Does that show still exist?
Yeah, they got new episodes. Well, not now. Probably new to you, but I've seen them. So
Matt says something that we didn't touch on that I really, really loved. He says he feels alone a lot, but he doesn't let the loneliness bring darkness onto others. And I just again thought that was really, it was beautiful, and it's a key difference between him and some of the other incels, because he knows what he's feeling, but he doesn't let it manifest into something that affects
other people negatively. But that's what we're saying about Matt and the self-awareness and just feeling like...
he's very self-aware,
and this is why I don't feel like incels should be a bad phrase, because incels means involuntary celibate.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you're celibate because no one's sleeping with you, right? But how you handle that determines whether you are catfish man or you're Matt.
Or Matt, yeah.
Or somewhere
whether you are an incel or you're batshit crazy.
Exactly. Whether you need to be sectioned or you can roam free. Like
this just reminds me of Tyler Perry coming online saying like he's in his mid-40s, and he's single. And somebody was like, "Listen, nigga, you are rich. It's not my fault if you can't get bitches."
fam, at this point, if the money can't help you, then boy, I don't know. I don't know what it is for you.
That was funny.
So we get into this whole bit with guys talking about like it's deeper than just not being able to have sex. We see clips of different men talking about how they feel rejected by society and by the world. They never felt loved. Blah blah blah.
Did you see
and
the
what?
black guy?
Yeah, was there not two black guys?
No, I only saw one.
The big one in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about him?
And I was just saying, like, I was surprised.
Oh, a black one.
Yeah.
They're the weakest link. You already know that, man. So what's it? Yeah, no. And the thing is, if we take away the misogyny and the hateful women and stuff, right? Underneath all of that is clearly feelings of rejection, is clearly, sadness and stuff like that. Which is why I feel like, you've got to look within and try and, do the work and sort out the issues around that before you can even try and be with someone. Because if this kind of person is, like, if that catfish man is in a relationship with somebody, God help that woman. Because you will not be able to do a damn thing.
Literally, the slightest thing you do, that man's going to kill you with his bare hands.
Or he will threaten to kill himself so that you stay. That would be the situation.
Because I kept thinking when I was watching him, I was like, if these women had been like to him, oh, actually, you know what, forget what you look like. I'm really interested in you. When he went to approach them, kind of thing. It wouldn't have changed anything. I don't think he still would have had, because he's so warped and angry. I don't think that someone like that, he's too far gone. So like, even if he does get into a relationship, I think he will be so abusive. And that's what I mean. Like, he's already deep in that. Yeah, scary.
Yeah, I get what you mean. But yeah, it's not to belittle. To be honest, okay, we get into the point quite a bit with the next guy. So we meet James. He's from Northern Ireland. And he's actually had chances with women. But he said that his social anxiety and other mental health issues prevented him from being in relationships and prevented him from having sex, right? So he was saying he's really self-conscious about his looks. So he starts to kind of take steroids to bulk up, which is a no-no. Like, a no-no. But now he's got, skin issues as a result, which is kind of like, okay, but then doesn't that make you more self-conscious? I don't know.
Exactly.
Anyway, it's just right now, but whatever.
But he also says he's a kissless, hugless virgin.
Yeah, yeah.
That hasn't held hands, hasn't done. And that's like,
hasn't
whoa.
done anything. Yeah, and he's 28. Whoa. I think we should have mentioned that. And the thing is, like, I actually don't feel like he's a bad-looking guy. Like, he could be like one of them Love Island guys. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just tall, he's built, he's white. Like, he could have been the Love Island guy. In my notes,
he's like a Justin Timberlake if Justin Timberlake didn't have money. Like, if Justin Timberlake didn't have money and he was a bit ginger, that's him.
From Ireland. No, I don't know.
I'll post a picture of him. He does look like
but yeah, he does. I can see him on Love Island with the tight jeans and the tats and stuff. Yeah, like he could. Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it really is about within. Because if you saw James, you would just think, oh yes, any guy gets girls. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, literally.
One of the lads.
Never think. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd never think. So yeah.
Oh, just to mention, he calls himself a looks max, which I just wanted to mention is like an area of incel nation or in being an incel.
What is that?
So it's basically just an area of incels where they want to maximize their looks to attract women.
Oh,
so
right.
They are working on themselves in a way, but yeah.
Yeah. James tells us that, you have to do the work. You can't just blame the world, which he needs to shout louder because I don't think that catfish man heard when he said that. But that's all we're trying to say is that, like, no one's denying that it can feel shit to be rejected, but you can all you can control is yourself. Do you know what I mean? You can't control people's perception of your reaction to you. You can only control what you do to make yourself better. So, like, work on that. Do you know what I mean? Bit by bit, do that,
and things will get better.
Are you going to comment on his music? Because I chose not to.
So, at this point, I lose sympathy for him because all along I was following him through. He was talking about his mental health. I was like, I'm really here with you.
And I was happy they showed him because I was like, oh, this is also a nice view. Incel. This is a nice, point to take.
Yeah. I was kind of like going along happy. I was like, good. He had a rough childhood. I'm here for you, bro. Next thing, he shows us this song on SoundCloud that he wrote, and it's just like him screaming for a hot sec. Then, like, he starts singing or rapping basically, and it was almost like an ode to Elliot Rodger.
Yeah, and
he was basically like, "Oh, it's about shooting girls," and it references obviously like the shooting that Elliot Rodger did, and he was like, "Sucking on my nuts whilst you take this bullet," and just really obscene, horrific things that are really scary and just
unnecessary.
worrisome and unnecessary. And disturbing for obviously the victim's parents. And like, this is when I was like, okay, I'm losing sympathy for him, because he just didn't, he was laughing kind of as he was reading it, and he kept calling it edgy humor, and like the line between dark humor and crossing it. And it's like, no, this is not the line, because this is a real thing where people died. Like, it was weird. Yeah.
And also, like, not only did you like think to make the song, you made it, you recorded it, and you uploaded it, and now you're playing it back with all this, like, you know, growth that you said that you've had.
Are you not
and
embarrassed?
Still are not seeing. First of all, you're not embarrassed, but then also you don't see anything wrong with it, because it could have been a thing that when he was playing that shit music, first of all, it was shit. But then second of all, it was kind of like, okay, well, maybe it's like, oh, do you know what? I did this back in the day, and like now I see the error of my ways. There was no sympathy. It literally was like, nada. Oh yeah, it's just, you know, a bit of bants. Is it bants though?
This is such a dangerous like thing, because even Matt earlier had said that like there's this area where they call it I can't remember, something rape. There's a word he uses for it that a lot of the incels kind of...
Oh, yeah. I don't remember the term, but I remember...
sanctioned rape.
It's like what they wish that they... If rape was allowed, who would do rape?
You see them commenting on, like, all of these, like, women that they would rape. And it's just... So the whole thing is just... It's very scary. It's... Yeah, and
it's a whole community.
Like, nobody is like moderating. Nobody, it's not like Clubhouse, it's not like nobody is watching, nobody's removing them like Trump. It's just people feeding into each other's darkest. Is it on the dark
darkest.
web, or you can just access
I think it is on the dark web. I was gonna search it, but then I was like, I don't want that in my history.
Fam, I don't want FBI rolling through my soul. I didn't search it.
Well, the FBI is not rolling because the incels are still out there doing their thing, boy. So
I guess
FBI have bigger fish to fry. So yeah, now James makes YouTube videos about his experiences, which is a good use of your platform, I guess, for other incels who are going through similar things. But with the whole James thing, like after that whole music thing, I was like, yeah, okay, I hear you, and well done for what you've done for yourself, but can't rate it. So Catfish Man is back, and at this point, the whole the hole for the nose and the mouth have become one giant hole in the mask.
So it's just a hole. I feel like the thread just like
it's fused,
and then it just. Because it doesn't look like he cut it. I think it just got tired and then...
I just literally... Because I was like, wait, hold on. Like, I'm sure there were 2 holes here before anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, what is the point of the mask? Just take off the mask.
He doesn't want people to know who he is. If you're so big and you're such a big bad wolf, just come out there.
Do it with your chest.
Literally, if you're so sure what you're doing is...
He's just... Okay, do you know what? I'm done. I'm actually done talking about him. Like,
should I say this?
He basically... He's going again on like a little, you know, catfish forum. Oh no, actually before he goes to do one last catfish, we found out that he had a girlfriend of 4 years.
Yeah.
He says they fought a lot.
He beat her.
He says, oh yeah, there was domestic violence. And you know when someone says there was domestic violence?
Yeah.
There was domestic violence inflicted by you.
Yeah, 100%.
Because she got a restraining order.
Yeah.
He violated
against
it.
him, yeah.
And then went to jail. And now he's mad.
Mm-hmm. Big mad.
I feel nothing for him.
Zero.
Absolutely nothing.
Nada. Because, I mean, it just shows that you've been... And it's like, again, it just shows this man is very disturbed, because it's like he fell into this behaviour because he went to prison for, obviously, like, domestic violence against his ex-girlfriend. So like, instead of him to internalize that and be like, okay, I need to fix this, like what I did putting hands on her wasn't right, he's then processed it as like women hate him.
And also, you were in a relationship with this woman for 4 years, so clearly a woman out there found you attractive enough and liked you enough to be with you at that time.
But it's just the entitlement of like, okay, you're mine, so if I want to put my hands on you, I have the right to. And on top of that, even if you've told the court of law that you don't want me around, I still have the entitlement. I'm gonna. That's the problem.
I deserve. What did he say at the beginning? I deserve.
Yeah. And even before that, something really scary he says is that obviously with this catfish account, women like send him like pictures, and he sends them.
Oh, that
pictures.
Was so disturbing. Like he sends fake news. Obviously news. Like he. Another point that he made.
Bro,
he was like,
you're collecting men's cocks on your phone. Are you not embarrassed?
He said that if he's pretending to be a white model, he'll send a white penis. If he pretends to be a black model, he'll send a black penis. And it's like, so you're just like
collecting.
I don't know. It's just so uneasy, because you're sending them nudes, and then they send nudes back, right? Because
and some of them send videos.
Yeah, so they think that they are exchanging, like they're consenting to sending news with somebody and then he is judging them, like how can they send these pictures, they're disgusting,
and the guy was
this,
literally like
that.
to him, but you are literally pretending to be somebody else. Do you not see that? That's what. And do you know this guy masturbates over like the pictures?
Yeah, to this. But even going back, like he's saying, oh, how can you send those pictures? How can you blah 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 blah? It's like they are sending the pictures to
Because
somebody
who sent them pictures.
Yeah, so they think that they are in a consensual, like they have an agreement with one another. They are sending these images to one another, like they're doing that. Like the only reason that they're not, the only reason that they're not sending it to this guy is because you are pretending to be the guy.
Yeah, literally.
So what is so? Because I have no words.
No words. It's really gross. And just to think that, like, even I feel so sorry for these women to think that there's a guy like this with this thought process and mentality walking around with like,
and many more like him.
It's very scary. It's not nice.
So he goes to catfish another woman and he gets stood up. He decides that now he's going to stop catfishing and focus on himself. Like, there's this kind of man who's... And the thing is, like, before he goes to catfish this woman, he goes to get a trim. So he has the mask on, and then they take it off for the trim, obviously, but they don't really show you. They do film it all stylized, so it's like, you can't really see. Goes to get a trim, and then like, the barber... Trim's dead. Obviously, he's dead. The barber is like, oh, you're getting ready for a date. He's telling the barber he's getting ready for a date, blah, blah, blah. And this reminds me of what you were saying about how anyone can be a fucking dickhead, because his barber doesn't know that he's out here just catfishing women on a daily. I mean, he must suspect, because why is he rolling up with a mask? I don't know. But... yeah, so it's like he goes to get a trim and he's feeling all good, excited, like, yeah, I'm about to go and do this again. And then he comes, he's like, oh, yeah, the woman didn't come. And then today, not today, you decide that, I need to focus on myself.
But then, oh God, they're asking him questions.
Sorry, before that, part of me thought that maybe like the producers like
told the woman.
Yeah.
I think they did.
That they were part of the not showing up.
I don't think they would have wanted to have been there when he did that thing.
And because all the other incidences were videos that he had shown from the past. So
I think they warned the woman.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it was a coincidence that she...
Because why would she not show up?
Exactly.
She had even messaged that day to like confirm.
Yeah. I think while he was out there getting his dead trim, I think... the trim wasn't dead. Like, let me not blame the barber, but he's dead, so the trim was dead. So in conclusion. But yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, so they were asking him some questions, like when he came out of the McDonald's and he was... because the date was in McDonald's. And sisses out there, please, okay... if you're dating a guy that claims to be a male model, he looks all good and this and that, how do you agree to a date to McDonald's? This is not me shifting the blame onto women, by the way. But please, it's just a red flag if a man wants to take you to McDonald's. I just want
to meet you at McDonald's for the first time.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that no one is saying, Nobu or whatever.
Yeah. But you can go for a coffee in somewhere
exactly.
decent.
You can go well, you can't go anywhere now, but
Yeah, but when the outside was open, so that McDonald's was a red flag. But yeah, the filmographer, the director, them people,
them's in the back.
They were asking him questions, just like, how was your childhood? And he was getting really agitated. Yeah. And you could just tell that, like, and he kept saying, I don't understand what these questions mean. They're not relevant.
To me. This is so stupid.
This stupid to me. They're not stupid.
They make perfect sense. And your inability to answer them makes perfect sense also.
Literally, and they asked him, so if you found a girlfriend, would you keep doing this? And he was like, yeah, I would. Like, if I had someone to care for me and like love me, I wouldn't be doing this. But he was like, and then he caveats it with, but I know I won't because females treat me like shit. And then he walks off, and it's just like, just fuck off.
We got absolutely nowhere.
Literally,
absolutely no. Like, this kind of man doesn't want to be better.
No,
and you can't help someone who doesn't want to help themselves.
He wants to be wrong and loud.
Yep. He's a joke, man.
I wouldn't be posting his real face because
you will or you won't.
I won't, because
he's really going to try and kill us. So we're two women.
I was thinking, should I? But then this kind of guy, he seems relentless and jobless.
He's gonna come and kill us.
Can I just say, joblessness and whatever the hell this guy has going on are two very dangerous like combinations.
Oh yeah.
Because if this man was employed,
idle hands in that. I don't know. Maybe you said you Googled him. Like, is there any update on his life?
I think he's just like stopped, like, but that's
As in
all I
publicly?
can see. Huh?
Has he got a YouTube page?
No.
So where was he posting the videos? Maybe they got taken down.
I mean, I think he got taken down because it's literally what he does is harassment. So they can't.
It actually
Literally,
is.
it's under the law.
Under the law.
Y'all are going to jail. Period.
God, what else even happens in this documentary?
This documentary is exhausting.
Yeah, I got so tired. Literally, like every time there was a scene with Catfish Man, I was like, Lord, have mercy.
Give me
And
strength.
then they would show Matt, and I'd be like, oh, okay.
Help
And
me,
then they would show
Jesus.
James, and I was like, ugh.
Ugh. Yeah.
Anyway, James has a girlfriend now. That's that. I don't think. Okay. Not that I don't think she's real, but the grammar was a bit. So I don't know.
What I just found weird was, from what I could gather, they had only been talking for about
For
2
like 4
weeks.
months. No, it was a couple months at least. Let me see
Okay,
if
well,
it's,
even
Oh,
if
yeah,
it
it
was
was
a
a couple
couple. Okay, even if it was a couple of months, they hadn't met, which is fine.
Yeah,
okay,
she was
whatever.
abroad, I think.
I thought she just lived in like London, and because
Well,
lives
he
in
said he was
Northern
gonna
Ireland.
get. I think he was gonna get on the plane.
But that's still abroad. You can get a plane from Ireland to London.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's not abroad, is it?
I got the vibe she. Okay, either way, they hadn't seen each other,
Mm-hmm.
but like they were really like, I love you.
Listen, it bees like that, man.
But she was also, he called her a K. Whatever,
She was the
whatever.
same. No kiss, no hug,
Basically,
no whatever.
she was the same. Yeah,
Hugless,
literally, he was like,
kissless.
yeah, and he was like, it's good because I can share everything with her. And I mean, yeah, like kudos to you.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, do your thing. I mean, James, I don't.
But
really...
what? And this just goes to show there's literally somebody in the world for everyone.
There
Who
is.
would have thunk that a 28-year-old kissless, hugless, hand-holdingless virgin would have also found somebody who is the same wavelength?
I mean, it
So-
also depends on her age, because the younger she is, the more likely she is to also be a hand.
yeah, but I'm hoping she's age appropriate.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, either way, James is happy. But the James story arc, I think, was good because you see James, you know, he's aware of the issues that he has. He's trying to work on himself. It ends in supposed love. Do you know what I mean? Like he kind of meets someone. And even if that doesn't work out, yeah, the fact that he's able to have conversations with her, say I love you, and feel the way that he feels about her is a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Even if it turns out that that's not the person that he's with or nothing happens with them or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I feel like sometimes it's like you reveal to yourself, like, oh, okay, cool, I'm capable of this. I'm capable of love. I'm capable of respecting women. I'm capable of feeling this way. And so then maybe that makes it easier for the next situation that you're in. Do you know what I mean? So it's like you're taking steps in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the doc ends with on-screen text. Well, ends kind of. It's drawn to a close now. On-screen text says dozens of online incel groups have appeared in recent years, some with 40,000 members. 40,000.
There's 40,000 of these
members.
crackpots running around.
40,000. But that's just some groups. So that means that there's more.
Oh.
Since 2014, when that guy, who we're not going to give his name anymore, Clouts, killed 6 people, there have been at least 3 mass killings in North America linked to incel ideology. That's the on-screen text. We later hear again from Catherine's dad. He says a lot of stuff, lots of really good stuff, but basically says that like so many people in Elliot's, I just said I wasn't going to say his name. So many people in Elliot's life like missed the signs that he was dangerous, and as a result of no one kind of like paying attention and like taking this guy seriously, his daughter's dead, which is, I mean,
Scary.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
Very.
that.
Yeah,
Matt says actually also,
Oh, yeah, go
which
on.
I liked, he also says that like it's important to get out of the mindset like of this thing that's easy to be preyed upon, but you have to like be strong in your own mindset. And like I really liked it at the end because you see him like in the bar singing, and he's just having fun doing his thing in his little jacket.
He's just such good vibes, I'm telling
Good
you.
vibes. Please, somebody sleep with him, please. Okay, no,
But the
like,
right person.
Yeah, the right
man.
person.
At
But
least
please-
what I want for Matt is I just want that right woman that he can like love and take care of, and she will love and take care of him, and they would just have like a happy, and their children would be super smart.
Yeah.
You just know it.
Alex Dunphy's all over the gaff.
Yeah, but like just better vibes.
But guys, I did some research on the.
Oh yeah, go on. I love a
'cause
research.
I always go like into these rabbit holes after these documentaries.
This
So
one I
did
was so pissed off. I was like, no, go bed.
I did some research on like the James guy from Northern Ireland. And
Oh, yeah.
he is still in a relationship with Sarah. That's the name of the
Is
girl
it?
that they are planning on moving together. I don't see her. I don't think he posts her on his Insta, understandably.
Okay.
They're planning on moving in together. They weren't able to be together this Christmas because of COVID, but they're going to
Oh
be
my
moving
gosh,
in together.
I'm so happy for him.
I know.
Oh, you're
couldn't
making
find
me almost
anything
forgive
on
his
that.
music, but I'm not going to.
But Catfish Guy, all I could see was like, I saw his real face. And
Let me type
I
it. Let
could
me go on
just,
Google now.
I could just see that he stopped catfishing, basically. Like, he was like he's like a legend in the incel community, but you can't see any new videos or anything. So yeah.
Right, 33. That's not him. Is it Catfish Man? Dr. Doolittle 23.
No, I don't know. I need to look and see what you sent me. There's one where you can tell it's actually him, but he looks a bit slimmer in that picture, so I think he put on weight by the time he got to documentary.
Because what I'm looking at, he looks...
Is he wearing
here's
a hat?
another one.
What you're looking at?
Yeah, it's like to the
Yeah,
sides.
that's him.
He looks bigger, you know.
Well, I can't conclude because I didn't really see his face.
But I think he looks bigger.
You know, you like them teddies.
Don't mind the chunky ting. I don't
But
mind
yeah.
the chunky ting. Yeah, guys.
In
In
men are
conclusion,
trash.
yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah, it's hard out here. It's hard out here for a female.
A female, literally.
But yeah, guys, if you're still here, thank you for still being here. What are we doing next?
We're doing another trash guy who shot his parents.
Yeah,
You
the
couldn't even
documentary
get it
is
right.
called "I Shot My Parents." Which is so funny because it says he shot his parents, but they survived.
So
Do you
it's
know
like
how
even that
awkward?
one you couldn't do.
Do you know how awkward?
You had
awkward that
one
is?
breakfast must be awkward. Christmas,
Christmas.
Christmas,
Bruh,
orcs.
that is so
Can you
awkward.
pass the cranberry sauce? Well, maybe if you hadn't shot me in my fucking arm, I would be able to.
But here, imagine that he's in the kitchen and he like drops a plate, and everyone's just like, "Whoa!"
Whoa,
You tried it again? No, that's wild though. And yeah, I mean we're
guys,
we're
come
doing
on,
our
I'm not
banter,
gonna
but
shoot
that's
you
wild.
again.
That's crazy. How you shoot your parents and miss? No, I'm joking. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm actually looking forward to watching that one just to see what's about, because I've actually never seen it. But yeah, hopefully they don't waste our time with a shit documentary. But yeah,
The BBC docs are good.
yeah, they
I
are pretty
think.
good, aren't they? Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They are. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for being here. Where can they find us?
They can find us at 2girls1doc on Twitter and Instagram, and also Facebook. And you can find us. Oh, and they can
Where can they
find
find
me
you?
at four ends
that
with
water's
2
hitting.
underscores Twitter and Instagram. And also, guys, don't forget I have another podcast, Character Replay. Although the episodes have not dropped yet, we are doing loads of fun content, including really good Clubhouse rooms. So just follow us on Twitter and Instagram and keep up with what we're doing.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at BDOnEyewear, and also BDOnEyewear.com. All right, guys, I'm going to play the trailer for...
Yeah, but before we play the trailer, BD has
what?
this really good blog about finding good eyewear for your face shape. And I feel like anybody should go and read this. Because,
yeah. And if you can't be bothered to read it, then just fill out the questionnaire and then I'll style you. And then you don't have
because
to
it really
read
helps. It really helps. Like, it actually helps.
Oh, cute. Look at that.
Plug yourself and smile,
yeah,
bitch.
Yeah. Do you know, I'm actually really happy this week, but yeah, we'll talk. What was I going to say? Yeah. I got the COVID vaccine, first one. So we thank God.
6 toes.
I'm just putting it on here just so that like I can remember when it happens, so that when I listen in the future if I suddenly collapse, you know. Not six toe, no, not yet. There's a little stub it's coming through.
Coming through.
So I'll keep
through.
you posted. But yeah, I played the trailer for I Shot My Parents. I didn't. God forbid. Every time I say the title, I have to like, God forbid it, because
That
I didn't.
African in you is strong.
It's strong. I didn't. Tafia kwa. But that's the only Eva I know, and Mba. Anyway,
gosh.
so I played the trailer. I haven't watched it yet, so hopefully there is trailerable stuff. If not, then Saw's in it. But if so, trailer coming now. Thanks for being here. Make sure you subscribe and stuff. Tell a friend, tell a friend.
Okay.
I thought this is the longest outro we've ever done. All right, guys.
Yeah,
bye
it
now.
really is.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.
You have to understand that homicide, murder, is a completely different kind of criminal act. Very few humans are actually capable
of committing the act of murder or attempting to commit the act of murder.
Everybody was in their own world, in their own thoughts. It was almost beyond comprehension.
Tonight, chilling 911 calls reveal Nathan Brooks' parents had no idea who pulled the trigger.
I walked into the bedroom. I stood at the foot of their bed. I raised the gun, and before I'd realized that I'd done it, I pulled the trigger. I fired again 3 times at my mom, and then I swung over to my dad, and that's when it like really clicked what I'd done. I fired at him 3 times. I just remember thinking, gone, just them being away.
This case is a nightmare on every level.
There's no manual for what's happened to us. You just feel. That's all you do.
It's not just what happened to them, but who did it and what it did to their family.